Yes, welcome, my friends. It's a good day, and I want to end today the problems of the stomach, the two problems that we've been talking about. We've been talking about two important problems that really disturb people. There is a problem with communication. I don't know what is happening. Let me sort it out. Yes, this one. Okay, that one. That one. Sorry, there have been a problem with communication, and I think it's okay right now. I think it's okay. Well, I want to only to give the differences between the two problems that we've been solving: the ulcerative colitis with Crohn's disease. There are two important problems that we need to sort out. So when I come here, I usually come to do some settings first before I finish some work here. Now, ulcerative colitis is we saw it's the inflammation of the bowel, and it peaks the continuous from the rectum. Crohn's disease is a patchy, and it comes up to the mouth. So we I just want to give the differences. It will be a short session unless some people have some questions, but it will really be a very short session. And let me press this. No. Okay. Yes. Welcome, Jamaican uncle. Today we are just giving the difference of the two diseases that we've been discussing. We have been discussing ulcerative colitis, and welcome, J. Kingray. Welcome to the platform. We have been discussing two diseases: ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease. So for the two diseases, they are so common and they share symptoms. So people feel confused. What am I suffering from? Am I suffering from ulcerative colitis, or am I suffering from Crohn's disease? Hmm? We saw they are problems of the stomach. All of them are problem of the stomach. So we want to differentiate them so that tomorrow we can start another thing. And it has been a question that I've been asked online. Some people have asked me, you have whatever that you are speaking about, ulcerative colitis, it's just the same thing that you are discussing as Crohn's disease. You get it? So we can discuss this matter in a way of a table one to the, but today, if anyone has any question concerning anything, an open place, it's an open space. We can discuss and talk about everything that is going on. So today we have two different things that we want to discuss. We have ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease. As we discussed, it kind of like shared the same they share same symptoms, but characteristics are different. So, in ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease, you will find that uh, the location of now no wait both of them first are in they go through inflammation. The common thing that they share is inflammation, and then you start burning in your stomach. That is the real common thing that they share, inflammation. But when you get to place where the location, you will find that ulcerative colitis, it is in the colon only, in the colon, but Crohn's disease can affect from the mouth up down to the colon. There is a picture that I shared. Let me see if I still have it, so that you can see the difference between the location where they are. Where is that image? Let me see if the image is here. There is an image I shared. Oh, I found it. I found the image. This image shows the difference between ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease. I want you to look at it so well. Look at it. The picture that you are seeing is showing the difference between ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease. If you look at this one, ulcerative colitis, it affects the colon only. But Crohn's disease can affect even the small intestines up to the mouth, because it affects everywhere. That is the first thing that you should know. But you know, they share one characteristic. It's an inflammation complication. And then we get to where the other difference is common sites. Common sites are in the rectum, always involved, and terminal ileum, always involved. The rectum, the common sites. If you look at the picture, let me put the picture up again. If you look at the picture, you look at that picture. It is affecting the rectal area and the rectal area and above the ileal area here. You see, if you look at them, they share common characteristics. Look at that. So don't confuse between ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease. We still have points. Let's continue with another point here. The point says pattern. For ulcerative colitis, you see it is continuous. But for the other one, the Crohn's disease, you see it is patchy-patchy. It is jumping and affecting several places. And then we have rectal presence. In ulcerative colitis, you see, it affects up to your rectum, where you are. Big banana is here. I'm fine, big banana. I'm differentiating between these two complications that we have been handling. Yes, we have been handling. Now, we say that in ulcerative colitis, it can the rectal part is down here, where the stool passes. It is not mostly affected, but in Crohn's disease it's not mostly affected, but in ulcerative colitis you can see it's being affected here. It's being affected. Where you pass stool, when you go to the loo, where you pass stool. So when you go to the loo, you feel pain in ulcerative colitis. But in Crohn's disease, sometimes you don't feel pain. And then mucosal appearance in ulcerative colitis, smooth and friable. Cobblestone appearance in what? In Crohn's disease. And then in ulcerative colitis, you remember we said ulcerative colitis, you cannot get a fistula. The disease cannot make you get an opening. They cannot make a hole in your rectum. But in Crohn's disease, you can get a fistula. Crohn's disease is the reason why people get fistulas. Communication between a vessel and a vessel, a hole. It eats you until you get a hole. Crohn's disease. And then we have another difference here. The difference in ulcerative colitis, it's rare you get strictures. It's a place that cannot contract or relax. But in the other complication, which is the Crohn's disease, strictures are common and fistulas. And in Crohn's disease, you don't bleed. It's less common, you don't bleed. But in ulcerative colitis, blood diarrhea is given. Where does you get pain? When you get in your lower abdomen, right lower quadrant, right this side quadrant. Let me start this side, upper lower quadrant. This is my abdomen. So right lower quadrant here, you get pain here in in ulcerative colitis. When you have ulcerative colitis, you feel pain here. But in Crohn's disease, you get in lower abdomen. Crohn's disease you get here in lower abdomen. So if it is ulcerative colitis, you get pain here, right here. But in Crohn's, you get lower abdomen. And you have seen the picture how it is of ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease. So let's continue with pain malabsorption. In ulcerative colitis, absorption is normal. But in Crohn's disease, it's common. Sometimes you eat food and you pass the food that you've eaten. In Crohn's disease, you eat food. Let me put that picture again so that as I talk, people can see the picture. You eat food and you pass the food that you've eaten. Imagine, in Crohn's disease. But in ulcerative colitis, you can absorb food and you live better. Now, in complications in ulcerative colitis, your colon becomes big. We call it toxic megacolon because it is constricted and you are not passing food as needed. It is constricted and you are not passing food as needed. But in ulcerative colitis, you get holes. It makes your colon have holes because it is, you understand, it makes your colon have holes. And then we have another thing we call serological studies. Those ones, both of them becomes PANCA. Some serological studies, we look at some inflammatory conditions, some inflammation characteristics. Both of them are positive. Now, in ulcerative colitis, colorectomy, removal of part of the colon, is curable. It cures you. But in ulcerative colitis, in Crohn's disease, it is not curable. Once you have Crohn's disease, you have a problem. Yes, you have a problem. Those are the main differences today. I think I'll come at 10. We discuss more because I have to rush. I have some people I didn't have time. I just wanted to come live and to give the differences between ulcerative colitis and so we will meet at 10 as we discuss other issues. So for now, bye bye. See you. I'll see you some other time. May you be blessed and continue. It's a day for Jamaican uncle is still going through the 24 hour. Be blessed. Let me go and do